Hi everyone, I'm Sunny, and today's pick a card reading is going to be how is your pet doing overall. So I have 4 piles you guys can choose from left to right, pile 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video, otherwise skip to the time selection of your choice. So I will start with pile number 1. So pile number 1, you guys have the Empress for your card. So how is your pet doing overall? Your pet is really feeling at least this, either it's coming from them or it's coming from you, where they're feeling this nurturing. So either they're feeling like it's time to be a nurturing entity, or it's you nurturing them a lot, so they're feeling that. Or maybe one or the other party is expecting, like example, like if your pet is pregnant, for example, they're really feeling themselves in this feminine energy, and they're excited to become, that parental. More than likely it's a female because it's very Venusian. And even if it's not a female animal, it does feel like they are very in tune with that feminine energy. So they could be in tune with, like, maybe if you are expecting, it's like, oh, they are very protective, or like they're very on you, like not on you like annoying, but more so they are around you in case you need them, or in case you kind of just need that emotional support, they're around. It just feels like they're really feeling that mothering motherly energy. And I do feel that they are feeling like they can rest. I don't know why it is that they're enjoying themselves in this moment, but your pet right now, overall, if you feel like there's a concern with them, I don't think you should be, because this energy feels very happy. It's very not enlightened, but it just feels like this energy is very peaceful. They're feeling calm. I don't feel they're feeling on edge. Even if it's you, like, there's nothing to worry about. Overall, that's what's the vibe that I get from this pile overall with this card. But I do think overall they're really kind of feeling beautiful. I do think that maybe either you're accessorizing more or you're accessorizing them more, and they just feel like you're, like, example, if you're putting like flower crowns or little like hats or a little costume, stuff like that, it just feels like you're very in this moment of spoiling them, and they feel very special. So they do enjoy this Empress card. They do feel this progress that's been coming along. So that's what I feel for you, number 1. Pile number 1. Number 1 is the same thing. So next I have pile number 2. With this pile number 2, I have the Ace of Cups reversed. So more or less how your pet is doing right now, you can feel them a little icy, a little reserved, a little more like withholding. I think that maybe you noticed a little sudden change. Maybe if there was not necessarily a super drastic change, but they could feel that themselves, where it's like, imagine if you changed homes, for example, or if you changed careers, and it's like, if they expected to have X amount of time with you, routine, now it's kind of scattered and all over the place, and they have to start from ground one. Or it's exploring new territory, or exploring new schedules, for example. It does feel like this pet of yours has withdrawn, or they feel a little like, I don't know why I want to say seasonal sickness, like not seasonal sickness, seasonal sadness, depression kind of stuff, or like they're kind of feeling their blues. It's just passing, but it does feel like they aren't maybe at their best from what you usually know them. Like, you usually know them, it doesn't have to necessarily be that they're someone that's always happy, or maybe they are moody naturally, but it feels like they're kind of just maybe more skittish, or maybe just they hide a lot more, or they don't want to be around you too much. They kind of just want to be hurled in a little ball, for example. That's what it feels like. They're like not in that space of very not so much socializing, but it just feels like they're kind of just keeping to themselves for a purpose. Maybe they're just not feeling that great because they're like a little sick, for example, or maybe they're just feeling a little like sad. It's just minor things that, of course, with some tender love and care, you can manage, but it does feel like they just kind of want to not be a recluse, but just withhold some of their usual habits, because if they're usually like more vocal or active, or if they let you know more or less what's going on right now, maybe that's where you're kind of iffy. They are someone that has a lot to give in terms of like an emotional support buddy, but at this point they're kind of needing to receive that back to themselves, and maybe you have to be the emotional support human in this moment in time. That's why you're like being more cuddly, or you're being more like not needy, but more in their space of like, oh, come here, like what's wrong, or like you're petting them, or you're like soothing them in some way, and it feels like they kind of need that because they're not at their most bestest internally. That's what it feels like. So I hope you enjoyed your message pile number 2. It was kind of simple. So next, pile number 3, you guys have the Queen of Cups reversed. So what's going on with your pet pile number? Did I say that correctly? What's going on with what's going on with your pet pile number 3? With this Queen of Cups, if I said Queen of Wands, I'm sorry, but it's Queen of Cups reversed. With this card, I definitely think that maybe you might have been attracted to a little bit to pile number 2 for some of you. Not everybody. This isn't a mandatory, go check pile number 2. It's like, no, if you feel like it, great. If you don't skip it. It might be a similar message for them and you, sorry. When it comes to this, I feel that they can be, what's going on with them is that they feel like you're specific. I know I said a certain message for pile number 2, but this one feels more like it's you. Sorry, I had to take a water break. For this one, I feel that it's more or less you that's kind of been withdrawing themselves, or being a little more not as emotional or like touchy with them in terms of affection, because you might have your own things going on, whether you're not feeling that great or something kind of, kicked you with your confidence, and you're like, oh, I just don't feel like I'm in my power. I don't feel like I'm at my strongest. Like, I usually am someone that's very capable, but in this moment in time, I'm just not. And they can kind of pick that up, so they're like, I try to kind of make you feel better, but it's just not helping. It's more like an internal thing where it's like, maybe they pick up that you need to kind of do that, or maybe it's your pet too, but I just feel like they feel that more directly towards you, where it's like, you kind of need to work on that, yourself, and they try to, they'll be there, but your pet specifically isn't maybe they feel they're not the most appropriate way, I don't want to say person, well, animal, living creature. They're not the most appropriate living creature to aid you in this particular issue that you're having, right? So yeah, they can help out a bit, but it's one of those things where it's like they can help out for like maybe an hour or two when they're kind of like around you, and they're kind of just sleeping with you, maybe, or taking naps, or just but at the end of the day, it's something that that it's not gonna come from them. It's something that it's from within you. So they are making that note. It's like there's only so much that you can do as a person, right? You just kind of have to deal with things as they go. But with this Queen of Cups, it feels like you could be, maybe, for example, reversed. It feels like maybe you're a little bit more unstable when it comes to, and unstable doesn't necessarily have to be a negative, extreme connotation. Sorry, it could be you are having more frequent mood swings, but you don't know what's going on, or you could have more internalized feelings that you're not necessarily, you can usually take them out appropriately, but for some reason you're just repressing it and taking it in until you might explode, for example. So it feels like that you're not appropriately, not discussing, but appropriately diving into these emotions, and you're just kind of suppressing it, maybe. Or they can pick that up, that you're not feeling that great because of outside sources, right? So there's only so much that a pet can do, but it does feel like your pet knows that it's just one of those occasions where you need maybe a little bit more space, a little bit more alone time, a little bit more reclusive time from maybe even your own pets, and they can pick that up. So maybe when you are feeling a little bit better, thank them for being around and just kind of play with them and make them feel like they are nurtured and loved, because this Queen of Cups reverse is someone that is kind of keeping a lot of love to themselves, and you're kind of focusing more on yourself. Maybe you're going through this self-healing love journey, but remember that your pets also go in that journey with you. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every single message in this reading is going to be specifically for you. Just pick up some hints here and there, and take your own message, right? So thank you, pile number 3. Next is pile number 4. Pile number 4, you guys have the 3 of Cups upright. Whoa, I feel like I sped through that. Pile number 4, how does your pet feel right now? What are they doing, more or less? With this 3 of Cups, I think they are enjoying themselves a bit. Maybe they have company. Maybe there's not a different species, but an addition to your family, like another pet, another partner, a sibling or a family member coming over to spend some time with you, and they're kind of living with you. So that it just feels like a party. It feels like they are interacting with a lot of people. They're being very social, or more or less you're not forcing them, but you're encouraging them to kind of socialize with the other members of the family, right? The members of the house, right? So let me take a quick water break, pile number 4. I'm trying to increase my water so I don't sound so scratchy, but that's just part of some of my talking stuff that I need to work on. So yeah, when it comes to this, I do feel that they're feeling very happy right now. I think they're very not feeling kiddish, but they're feeling like it just feels like a youthful energy where they're not like kiddish, but imagine like a young adult having fun with other young adults. It feels like that. So your pet is more or less feeling like they can be playful, or they're playful around other people around you. Like if you have parties, for example, and there's one pet, and they're the pet who's always in the party, belly up, so people can pet them and touch them and rub them and tickle them and stuff like that. That's them. They're enjoying the attention. It feels like they enjoy that kind of setting. So yeah, it just feels like they they are maybe feeling like or at least if this isn't the energy that's around them, they want that. They want to be closer. They want to feel that emotional connection with somebody else, more than one person. That's fine, but it just feels like they want that connection, or they're experiencing that with you, and it feels like it's very warm and tender. It feels like their heart space is very much content, or they would like to achieve that by having more fun. It feels like they need to experience more lightness in this field, or they're experiencing that. So that's more or less the message for you, pile number 4. Yeah, I wanted to say pile number 3. Pile number 4, I do feel that they are excited overall. Yeah, I just feel like they're having a good blast. Maybe when you're watching this, sorry, that was the middle part. Maybe when you're watching this, it's a change in the season, and they're feeling like maybe it's like fall, example, right? Or maybe spring. It feels like there's that light, a light breeze, or they're outside, or they feel that maybe they're having more outdoor activities where they're celebrating birthday parties, for example, or people just getting together, having a potluck. It just feels like they're enjoying this more party scene with you, and that's what they want to let you know. Or at least if you do go to these settings, they would very much appreciate being the +1 because they do enjoy tagging along. But it does feel like they are enjoying themselves overall with company, or the company that they have of additional pets, because they like to be playing around, they like to be messing around, and it just feels like It's like three. I know it's like the wrong saying to say, but Three's Company it seems like it's a good it's a good reference. I guess so is the best way you can say that. Wrong choice of words, right? Because that's usually like third party stuff, but I can't think of like another saying that's gonna go with this reading where it's like, yeah, three paths, three people. It feels like you, them, plus one, maybe your partner too, that they're having a great time. So thank you, pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed your message. You enjoyed your message? Message. Yeah, there you go. Remember, only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every saying or phrase will resonate with you. It's just some things. So do keep that in mind. And thank you so much for watching to the very end. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. So please subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow very, 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 very much. So thank you, and bye-bye.